Sprained MCL is what Shanahan said after the game for Elijah Mitchell. Christian McCaffrey, you texted me after halftime, like, is he okay? And then they showed him wearing like that. I don't know if he had one, like basketball players wear that thing under their kneecap. It kind of looked like maybe that's what he had on. And then he came back in and he had a run that did not look comfortable. He did not look explosive. He did not look like he was moving with the same fluidity. Get some questions about their run game right now.
Well, and Deebo Samuel has a hamstring injury and he had a quad contusion. So, I mean, he's in a weird way another running back on their team, right?
Yeah.
So you were down to Buck Mason pretty quickly. And I would imagine Elijah Mitchell, you have a sprained his MCL, like he's out. Like, I don't know if it's 2 months. I mean, it might just be a couple weeks of relaxation, but like he's not going to play this week. Like he's not. So when he gets injured and he's on the whatever the where they put the Gatorades in, sitting there slumped, and they were like guys coming over saying hi to him. It's because he knows like I'm done for a while. Who knows the severity of it, but like so he's gone. He's out.
Other knee.
And now they're depending on Christian McCaffrey, who's also got some knee irritation. Yeah, the other knee.
Other knee, Mitchell. Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like,
no, I know.
He's not available coming up against Miami, against Tampa, against the Commanders, against Seattle. Like, who knows? Like, I would say at minimum he's missing a couple games. And McCaffrey, to me, was kind of concerning. Today, he just didn't quite look as quick. Is it because his knee's irritated? What does that even mean? That's kind of scary. I'd rather just at least Deebo like coming in is like his hamstring's tight, and early on you could just I get it. Like I can deal with it. Knee irritation, I don't makes me nervous. And listen, he earned it with that game when he threw a touchdown, ran a touchdown, and whatever caught a touchdown. It was cool, but like more games are happening now, and he was averaging, almost 2 yards a carry. There's not much. Now, you could argue today it was hard to run against. Maybe that's why they were throwing all the time, like from a game plan standpoint.
And he is very useful in the passing game for them, right?
I will say this. Before his knee got injured, Elijah came in there and busted a couple runs.
Yeah.
He looked a little more
the touchdown run that, Kittle got the hold on was a great run.
Is McCaffrey playing that fast? Is 25?
Didn't look like it today. He's we have to go back. Can you remember the last? Did he have like a hit the hole hard and just pick up 9 yards?
Elijah Mitchell's a really good player. That's a big loss. Now, I said this earlier, and I know a lot of people like, well, if he can't do it, he can't do it. The reason you pay these coaches so much fucking money, this guy's from LSU. He's been basically not dressing for all season since I don't know week one or two. He hasn't played. Like, hopefully he's improved. And he's got to be ready to go because you drafted this guy. This guy wasn't a 6th round pick. I'm talking about Ty Davis Price. Yeah. Like they might need something out of him because one thing they kind of lack, McCaffrey runs hard. Like Mitchell's just goes, know.
He's
and Ty Davis Price. Mason today was running hard. They need guys that run hard. So I think Ty Davis Price is going to get some looks this week in practice. How would he not?
How would he not? Also, bad news, John. Raheem Mostert is hurt. Did not play today, and Jeff Wilson Jr. got hurt today. So the Niners are really thin at the position. Actually, that's not terrible for the Niners playing the Dolphins coming up.
And this is where, and Kyle said this when they did it. He said it was hard, but I had to be like, I understood talking to the front office about short-term and long-term. But you were the biggest advocate of like, this is borderline nuts when you factor in the injury history of these guys.
Yeah, and I didn't like trading them.
Because it goes a couple weeks, you're like, holy shit, this 1-2 combo, best 1-2 combo in the league. And then boom, today it's like by the end of the game, one guy's out for the foreseeable future, and the other guy clearly ain't right. And an undrafted free agent's getting the carries. And my gut says that on that pitch play late in the game when they were trying to run out the clock, and McCaffrey looked like he was running like me or you, I would be stunned if Anthony Lynn, like, hey guys, we got to get this guy out of the game. Yeah. This is not safe. Let's just live to play another week and see if we can get him. Put the little guy in there, and he came in, he ran hard, he finished out the game. But McCaffrey was running on fumes on that knee, clearly, which is, and maybe it's just as simple as like something's off not stable. I mean, it happens a lot in
That's
basketball.
not simple. What does that mean?
Well, I just mean like he's uncomfortable. It's sometimes in practice you get to kind of run it out. Like in a game, it's just get back there, 27, and then you call the play, and then you hand it off. It's like, fuck, I'm not even that confident in this thing right now.
Right. No, it was a little. Now you take every opponent, you give them the respect that an opponent is due, but you and I early in the game, I'm like, God, if Debo's got a hammy, do you need to be riding him the way it looked like they were trying to ride him early on, running the football? Now he made some great plays, and maybe Debo just, maybe it's not going to get any worse, and Debo can just play through it. I don't know if it was the hammy or did he bang knees with somebody that had him down in the end zone. Whatever it was, I thought Debo actually put together a pretty good performance today, considering his physical condition. But for anyone that didn't see the play we're talking about, I don't have the exact time on it, but late in the game, the last McCaffrey carry, it just looked uneasy. It just looked like he didn't trust it and he didn't quite know what to do, and it looked slow.
Steps looked little.
Steps. They were very choppy steps. So
I mean, Jordan Mason came in and in 5 carries had 7 yet less yards than McCaffrey today. Now it was toward the end of the game. Maybe they were gassed, but
I also think, to be fair, like Christian, he makes 1 or 2 catches a game that is just a bailout for Jimmy. And, is the reason that Juwan Jennings has 6 catches because he's out there with Ayuk and Debo and Kittle and McCaffrey, that type of thing? It's probably a contributing factor. But, yeah, I mean, you traded what you traded for Christian. You want to be a game breaker like he's been at times. So
he was wide open on the one play where he went to Jennings. Jennings got stuffed to the one.
Was that going to be a touchdown?
Well, I mean, they didn't show a replay where you could see the other side on the back of the end zone, but Mark Sanchez claimed that there wasn't a soul over there.
He was wide open.
I wonder if the first look is Jennings against that corner that they thought like he could just physically man him right at the 1 yard line. Just a good tackle.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. You're talking about the play where Jimmy never looked at him?
I'm talking about the play where he just comes out of the backfield. He would have walked in the end zone, and they don't really show a great angle, but Sanchez was like, there wasn't anyone over there. But he goes to Jennings, who physically, I mean, I'd like his chances to kind of just gain a yard against a corner, but he didn't.
Why wasn't that route into the end zone would be a question. I thought you were talking about the play where in the second quarter, McCaffrey beats Honey Badger down the sideline, and Jimmy overthrows him by 12 feet. He overthrew him by 4 yards.
Wasn't even close.
Touchdown. That's when we talk about, we get these arguments about Garoppolo's ability to throw the deep ball. And it's like you saw the like fake bootleg where he stops and just fires the ball over the middle to Ayuk. That's not the play I'm talking about. I'm talking about over the top throws that require touch. He does not. It's just there are things Jimmy does well. I'm not harping on, whatever. This is just part of the deal. That is one of his weaknesses, is he does not throw that ball well.
Should he install the car lollipop? Because you basically either hit the guy or it's so underthrown that it creates a PI because the DB just wipes out the offensive player.
Maybe
the lollipop, unless it's way down the middle of the field, on the corners doesn't end up in that many interceptions.
Well, didn't he throw? Was it the Tennessee game? What? No, he missed. There was the game this year. Oh, was it Croft where he just threw like the?
Yes.
He just stopped. Like it's not going to be a touchdown, but it's also not going to be an incompletion. Feels like when he throws it to try and be a touchdown, it's just not getting caught.
I think he needs to implement the lollipop.
And that would have been, McCaffrey with a good throw on McCaffrey. Again, I don't know where the safety was.
Well, the safety was kind of coming, might still tackle him, but that's
he cuts it back
35. Yeah, exactly. Maybe cuts it back. Maybe does a little 360. That's pre-knee irritation.
Yeah,
that's when he looked good. So,
but you're right. I do think it's almost kind of underrated when you see Mitchell run. You go, holy smokes! Like this is a number one running back.
Here's the problem. Has he already established now through 2 years that like you just can't pencil him in as your starting running back all season?
Oh yeah. But I mean, yes.
They've already taken that tactic in right because they keep drafting guys and trading for guys. So it's not like they don't think like that. But my point is guys like him are often the worst in the sense that you go, God, if we just keep him on the field, he's so good. So you just keep holding out hope. Now, luckily, you're not paying him any money, right? He's a 6th-round pick, but goddamn, that really stings. Like that to me is a pretty big loss.
Yeah, he missed 6 games last year. And what's he played in? 3 games this year? When it's all said and done, he'll play in 6 games this year. Maybe.
Not ideal.